Hello, my name's Morgan Hara. I'll be talking about mental health awareness today. I feel like as an 18-year-old in this generation, it is very important to just be aware about mental health in general and the signs due to social media and societal standards. Because in my opinion, that affects a lot of people nowadays, and I feel like just knowing how to handle it or just being aware about it in general, having a little bit of information about how to handle it, maybe the signs of how to help someone is important because it could be a life or death situation. So you never know what someone's going through, and as a person that has experienced mental health struggles, it could be first-hand experience, second-hand experience. Either way is hard because if you're dealing with it yourself, you don't really know how to handle it sometimes in certain situations, and just being educated about it would help you tremendously. At least in my experience, after I went through some stuff, just being educated and going to therapy and learning ways of how to handle it helped me tremendously. And also with secondhand experience, just seeing your loved ones or your friends or family or community going through something and not knowing how to help them or being aware about it can also be hard, and just watching them go through it would be difficult, so I feel like in general it's important to be aware of the signs and mental health awareness in general. Because for example, if you're a parent or want to be a parent, you would want to be there for your kid in every way possible, or for your friends or your family. So yeah, but I feel like no matter if you're a man or a woman, it's just as important, no matter what, no matter age, gender, whatever. Because actually the statistics is men have a higher percentage of suicide because in today's society, it's standardized for men to shove down their feelings, and I don't think that's fair. So everything just builds up and they can't handle it anymore. So I feel like just being aware about that, of how to help someone regardless of their age or gender or how they identify, you should just be a friendly face to them. So, and just in general in the world, like there's like 1 billion people with mental health disorders or illnesses, and most people don't have the ability to get help. So I also feel like, lowering or making help more available. And I feel like that is helping in younger generations and like teens. For example, like school counseling, or just like if you're a minor, it's more available, at least in my opinion, in my experience. So, but I feel like in adults, it should be just as available because they go through, who knows so much, and I feel they don't have as much support in certain situations, but it also depends. Sorry about my kittens. they're crazy. But because, they'll have a family and bills and just stress on stress on stress. So I feel like it should be just as available to adults and anyone who's in need, really. But according to statistics, like, especially with low income countries, like, not even 1% people get help that they need, and it ends up being a life or death situation because they can't handle it anymore. So that's how I feel, because in my personal experience, I had parents at first that didn't understand mental health. They were just used to pushing it down, suppressing it, and that's how I grew up. So it was hard for me to open up to them and feel comfortable with telling them how I'm feeling, going through anything, really, because I didn't want them to judge me. I didn't think they understood it at all. And so I was declining very bad, and they started noticing. So it took a long time for them to notice, and I had like obvious signs at that point. So they were like, okay, what do you need? Like, what do you want? What do you need from us? What can I do? And that's when I started getting into therapy and all the other stuff that I did. But me personally, if I have kids, I don't want them to get to a point where their appearance and health is affected, So that's why I believe just being mentally aware of how to see the signs of someone struggling in any way possible and helping them out is what's important to me. So I appreciate you watching this, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you.